Have you ever achieved a major success? A promotion you fought for? A project you completed? And in that very moment, when you should be celebrating,
A cold, dreadful feeling washes over you. I didn't deserve this. I just got lucky this time. If they knew how little I actually know, it would all be over. This is the voice of imposter syndrome. The feeling that you are a fraud, and sooner or later, you will be exposed.
the modern world tells us to just be more confident, or fake it till you make it. But what if those solutions don't work? What if the root of this pain isn't in your confidence, but somewhere deeper?
What if I told you 1100 years ago, during the Islamic Golden Age, a great physician wrote a book designed to cure this exact feeling of inadequacy? His name was Al-Razi, and this is his spiritual medicine.
Let's be honest, imposter syndrome isn't just a thought. It's a daily pain. This pain stops you from taking risks. It forces you into a state of paralyzing perfectionism, not to be the best, but to avoid getting caught.
It's the whisper in your ear that invalidates every achievement. That was just luck. The project was easy. Everyone else is smarter. You just work harder. Modern psychology tells us this is a cognitive bias. It tells us to list our achievements. But here is the problem. Your mind doesn't believe the list, because imposter syndrome is not just a thought. It is a deep feeling in your soul. And for a spiritual sickness, you need spiritual medicine. This is where we move beyond surface-level self-help and into profound wisdom. Abu Bakr Muhammad ibn Zakaria Al-Razi, known in the West as Rhazes. He is recognized as one of the greatest clinical physicians of all time, the man who discovered alcohol and sulfuric acid. But Razi had a bigger secret.
He believed a true physician must not only treat the body, but also the spirit or the soul. He wrote a book called Al-Tib el-Rawani, the spiritual medicine.
This book is a practical manual for curing the sicknesses of the psyche. Razi diagnoses arrogance, envy, grief, just as he would a physical illness. 1100 years before modern psychology, Razi understood that our greatest suffering comes from the battle between two parts of ourselves, our akal, our intellect and reason, and our nafs, our ego and our base desires. And imposter syndrome lives in the blind spot between this very battle. Razi didn't use the term imposter syndrome, but he diagnosed two conditions that are its precise roots. Diagnosis 1, al-ujab, or concealed arrogance. We think imposter syndrome comes from humility. Razi disagrees. He says it comes from a hidden self-aggrandizement. Think of it this way. You value the ideal of a perfect, flawless person so much that anything less, your actual human self, is seen as a fraud. You expect divinity from yourself, and because you are not a god, you feel like a fake. This perfectionism is a form of arrogance, or ujab. Diagnosis 2, excessive self-blame. Razi says our nafs,
Our ego is a master of deception. When we succeed, our ego gets scared. It's terrified that this success was a fluke and that it won't be able to maintain this reputation. So, to protect itself, it begins to self-sabotage. That imposter voice in your head saying you are a fraud is actually your terrified ego screaming, "Please don't take this risk again. I'm scared I can't keep this up." So, imposter syndrome is not humility, and it is not reality. It is the sound of your terrified ego, poisoned by perfectionism.
So, what is Rhazes' medicine for this spiritual sickness? His prescription is incredibly operational. He provides a 3-step treatment plan. Step 1. Diagnosis and confession. Rhazes says the first step is to admit that this voice exists and that it is not you. It is your sick ego. Practical exercise. Every time that voice comes, "You didn't deserve this," write it down, not as truth, but as a symptom of the sickness. Step 2. The intellectual debate. This is Rhazes' masterpiece. He doesn't say, "Think positive." He says, "Have a logical argument with your Nafs. Use your akal, your intellect, as a weapon against your ego." Your ego says, "You are a fraud and you got lucky." Your intellect, your reply, must be, "Luck may have opened the door, but my skill and hours of work finished the project. This is the objective evidence of my work." Is that evidence lying, or are you? Rhazes says you must make your intellect the impartial judge that puts your ego on trial. Step 3. Moderation and the middle path. Rhazes is not looking for Hollywood-style fake confidence. He is looking for the truth. The final cure is to accept reality. And the reality is this: you are neither the flawless genius your ego demands in its arrogance, nor the worthless fraud your ego fears in its terror. You are a human being, a collection of strengths and weaknesses, who is in the process of learning. Accepting this gray middle path is the ultimate cure for imposter syndrome. 1100 years ago, in The Spiritual Medicine, Zakaria Al-Razi taught us that feeling not good enough is a treatable condition. Imposter syndrome survives when you mistake it for reality. But Rhazes' medicine gives us the cure. 1. Diagnose the voice. It's your scared ego. 2. Debate it. Use your intellect and evidence. 3. Accept your human truth. You are on the path, not at the destination. You don't need more shallow motivation. You need deep, operational wisdom. This is the Vizier's edge. If you are also navigating modern problems and looking for profound historical solutions, subscribe. In our next video, we will explore how Salah ad-Din, or Salah al-Din, fought burnout in his own team. Today's question: which part of Rhazes' diagnosis resonated most with you? The perfectionism or the fear of failure? Let us know in the comments.